everyone, welcome back to our channel, and in today's episode we're going to talk about 7 ways on how to keep your long distance relationship alive. So these are personal ways that my boyfriend and I have actually done when we went through a short stint of long distance relationship. So if ever you find yourself going into a long distance relationship or you're about to be part of one, then you and your partner can definitely look into these tips on how you can keep your long distance arrangement very exciting and lively. Alright, so start with the first one. Number 1, the long distance survival kit. So my boyfriend is actually not the biggest fan of LDR when we had to do it, and so I thought before leaving the country, I wanted to give him something that would make him less lonely while I was away. So what I did, and it's the first time we are revealing this, it's a secret that he and I actually have only. I did a 100 item box that was supposedly good enough to last him for 3 months, but of course I got extended to another month, so at least I got him covered for the first 3 months. This 100 item box contains a mix of letters, photos, and items that is meant to make him feel like I'm still there on the same room, or at least he knows that I'm thinking about him despite of the distance. So the letters had a title like "Open this when I've already left," or "Open this when you're feeling sad," or "Open this when you're feeling angry." Or there are also some very funny things like "Open this when you're doing number 2," "Open this when you're doing Netflix and chill." So it's totally up to you. Customize it based on your partner's lifestyle, just like what I did. It was very enjoyable for me to do. Made me really reminisce about what we had the short time before we actually had to be in a long distance setup. It was very silly, loving, weird, funny, but it was worth it because it made him feel secure and loved even at a distance. I was very worried leaving him before my short stint in Myanmar that he would not feel very secured when he left. That's why I really decided to make that 100 item box or that survival kit. And in reality, it did the trick for the first month. It made him a bit more or less lonely actually. It made him less lonely thinking I was away. It was something that could keep him company. It was also something enjoyable for him to open up a letter. I know that he kept one in his bag because it was a letter that's meant to be opened when he was in his car that he also kept close by. So this is definitely something you and your partner can do, or you can surprise him just like I did before I left for Myanmar. Number 2, get creative with your long distance calls or video calls, as most people are doing now, because with video calls it feels almost like the person is right there because you can see them through the video. So my boyfriend and I have made ways to make our calls really exciting and fun. Yes, given we had it for like a short while, but I had a long distance dating for 2.5 years, so I guess I can say I have some ideas on how to still make the long distance very exciting and fun. You can try what we did. We watched movies together, and our favorites at that time was Marvel movies. It was also an opportunity for him to introduce me to some of the movies he loves. I remembered liking Back at the Future. Is it Back at the Future? Back in the Future?
Back to
the Future.
Yeah, you really like it. Yes, you do. You really love it.
3 installments.
You're making me proud.
Another set of movies, we did a lot of Marvel. He actually gave me a hard drive before I left so I can watch movies. We weren't sure what we're gonna expect when I went to Myanmar. Hence, we tried to beef it up with love and support all through the way that we're staying at a long distance for 4 months. It's also a good thing that our time difference is just 2.5 hours. So it was somewhat relatively easy for us to manage and eat together, and we're just a little bit time. There's just a very small time difference for the both of us. So we also had an opportunity to cook together. I remember this one. I really do remember. He cooked carbonara when I was away. We also get to work out together because I had more time when I was in Myanmar in terms of travel. Didn't have to travel a lot, unlike when I'm back in Manila. We were able to do workouts. We do a lot of funny poses and photos. Explored all the messenger filters. So just in general, to make your long distance calls alive and exciting, just find a common ground with your partner and find things that you can still do that you can relate with each other. Take photos, film yourself, anything that make your partner feel as involved in your life as possible, even at a distance. Which brings me to my third point. Number 3, get him or her involved with your life, same as how it would be if you are in the same place. So my boyfriend and I did not have had like a conversation that we will do this way, but it came naturally. It seems like we just had some unconscious decision to download to each other how our day was. We make it a point to really get each other feel like they're also seeing and experiencing what I or he was personally seeing and experiencing. So there was a lot of photos and videos we took. We messaged them over Messenger or Viber. You will see in our messages, it was really just flooded with photos and videos from travels, events, to as simple as the food I cooked for that day, or a 10,000 steps achievement I've done, or his carbonara pasta he did, or the purchases he did at the mall. We even have video calls while in the mall. Yes, it was weird, but you learn to care less on those things because you know the value of giving your time and attention to someone you really love. I also did not only do the same thing for my boyfriend, but also for my family as well. So this is just not apply to your relationship, but also to your loved ones. I used to go grocery shop while my mom was in my phone. I was talking to her like, what do you want to shop? What do you want me to purchase when I go home to Manila? I also do it while cooking in the kitchen. It's just going to boil down on keeping your loved ones as close as possible, even at a distance. Number 4, visit each other as often as possible. I know that 4 months is too short compared to those who've done this arrangement for years, but this is actually one of the pitfalls I had with someone I was seeing for 2 years. We only saw each other after 2.5 years. Just like the whole duration of our seeing each other. At first, we talked about seeing each other only twice in 4 months until we had a totally different direction that we made us to see each other monthly. The great thing about that is we got to travel and explore together. We've been to Singapore together, Myanmar, he visited me. I also went back to the Philippines right in time for Holy Week. So we got to really go around and explore countries together. By the way, have you ever heard that one of the tests for couples, if to see if they're compatible, is having a vacation together? So this is a reason how you would test your compatibility, because it's your first time to be totally alone together and to really rely on each other. Be in a place that it's totally unfamiliar to the both of you. You don't even speak the language. So how do you manage or navigate through those things, which really will test your patience, your understanding, if you're willing to compromise. Are you going to have the same sites that you want to see? Are there activities that you want to experience are the same, etc., etc.? So this is where you're going to experience if you know how to give or take or to compromise on what you feel that your partner would be happy, or you do like, well, let's do something you're happy about, and after that, let's do something else that's more in line with your partner. So it's more of being able to plan it together and work on what would make the experience or the travel be memorable for the both of you. The setup of seeing each other monthly is an expensive thing to do, but it was well worth it for us. Number 5, create a countdown. Remember I said that I made him letters before I left? So well, a few of those letters was actually a countdown before I finally go back home. There are also countdown apps that you can make use of, but we're just good with old-fashioned letters and text messages that we're counting down the days before we see each other again. It makes it really exciting and fun. Also, you get into the frenzy of buying the pasalubong to your boyfriend, to his family, to his friends, and also to my friends and to my family. And it's something that you are looking forward to give those people, because it's something of you sharing of what you've experienced in another country and giving them a piece of that. So it was really fun that we get to meet in the airport. It was like a common spot for us to date. So for example, we went to Singapore for my birthday. We had a countdown for that. And you know that usually when you're dating, you're going to say, oh, let's see each other at the mall, let's see each other on the movie theater. But here, what was fun is like, okay, I'll meet you at the airport, which is totally out of the usual ordinary way of dating. But I guess if you're working with an LDR, that's going to be something that's normal for you, which is also great because you get to explore different airports and different countries together, which is all about quality time. Just basically make it something that you still always look forward to. Which countdowns comes in. Number 6, play games. So my boyfriend is a fan of card games actually, and he has a lot of them in his room, from Cards Against Humanity, Never Have I Ever, Cluedo, Monopoly Deal, Uno, all sorts of stuff. So I, on the other hand, love to search for games that are simple, just like a funny Q&A. So we had done a lot of those over video calls. Remember my tip on making it exciting for you? Very lively video calls, be creative. This is one way that you can actually do to make it more exciting. Sometimes when you're having the video call, you have nothing to talk about, or because you've already communicated the entire day. And this is something that you can do like a funny Q&A, like just be invested in that time. You can search it up in Google. One of my favorite things to do is to just search it up, like funny questions to ask your boyfriend, or like Q&A questions that you can do at a distance. There are a lot of variations from funny, naughty to downright serious that you can do and question each other. Other than actually getting a fun out of it, you're getting a new side of your partner as well, which is fun and enlightening. There are a lot of new discoveries that you may never have known before will be revealed through this Q&A. So I always suggest to play games to get us going, especially if you are having some slow nights. So definitely when you're having slow nights, look for creative ways like playing games over an online call to spice it up a bit. Number 7, trust your partner. With all of the things that we've done, the bottom line is to make your partner feel that you care, or she or he loves you, and you have full trust in him or her. The hardest thing to do is give your trust to that person, especially if you've been burned before. But you have to. LDR is rooted on good communication and trust, because these are two main things you can hold on to. You're not physically there to check what he's doing, or you're not actually there to know what's going on in his life. That is why it's very crucial that you have this solid foundations on your communication and your trust. You cannot see what he or she is doing, who is she with, but you have to have faith that she or he is actually in a very good place. Being wise with their actions and decisions that they're doing, and ultimately, you will be back together in one place soonest possible time. So if ever you're in LDR, try out the activities I've laid out for you or ways I've shared with you. And if you have anything you want to ask me about LDR or my partner, in a guy's perspective, because all of the things I've done is more from my perspective, you can just comment below or email us at lifepeakcoaching@gmail.com or DM us at Instagram at lifepeakcoaching. So hope this episode actually strengthens your relationship. And if you have any questions on love or relationship, do DM us or message us on Facebook or email us at lifepeakcoaching@gmail.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you want to be able to get updated when we've already posted new videos, do please hit the subscribe button. And if nothing else, we'll see you guys next time. See ya!